hidden in the silent faces of Egyptian monuments, under the gaze of the Vedic gods, between the lines of the old books of alchemy, and tantalizing us from the myths of the Aztecs and Mayans, the essence of the secret doctrine has always been there. Throughout the history of humanity, only the elect few were initiated into the mysteries of this great universal truth. And those few guided the rest of humanity and gave them the outward symbols of that truth as guidance. For the great arcanum, the secret of secrets, was fiercely protected and offered only to those who had proven their moral purity and trustworthiness. But as humanity degenerated into barbarism and cruelty, the divine knowledge went underground to survive in isolated pockets around the world. For many centuries, the great arcanum has been beckoning to humanity from behind the stories and myths that veil it. The knowledge it delivers is universal and applies to all true religions and mystical traditions. Whether it is the serpent of Adam and Eve from the Judeo-Christian tradition, the winged serpent of Quetzalcoatl from the Aztec tradition, the serpents climbing the caduceus of the Greek god Hermes, or the serpents of the Hindu or Buddhist traditions, all these symbols contain the same teaching. At long last, after centuries of darkness and ignorance, the time has come for this hidden doctrine to be revealed.
All religions are precious jewels on the golden string of divinity.
The word religion derives from the Latin root re ligare, which means union. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yug, which also means union. At their base, the different traditions of East and West describe the same goal: union with divinity. Religious traditions provide the map that one must follow in order to reach unification with the divine. Every religion seeks to express the same core knowledge. But one needs the right tools in order to read the map. With the right tools and their proper use, an aspirant of any religion or tradition may enter into direct experiential knowledge of the divine. It can be seen then that there is truly one science, one path, but appearing with different names and faces.
For narrow is the gate and straitened the way that leads to life, and they are few who find it.
In Greek, the narrow path is called gnosis, which means knowledge. In Hebrew, the same narrow path is called da'at, which also means knowledge. This path is represented by the famous tree of knowledge in the book of Genesis. And the clue to entering into the direct experience of God can be found through understanding the symbol of the tree of knowledge. Genesis, the Judeo-Christian teaching of creation, was written as a means to pass down the knowledge of the great arcanum to those with the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Its inception was influenced by both Eastern and Western traditions in order to provide humanity a key contained in the foundation of all the great religions of the world. The Old Testament, or Tanakh, outwardly appears to be basic spiritual instruction in the form of stories and histories. Yet in truth, it is a vehicle of the secret knowledge. To better understand the origins of the Judeo-Christian tradition of Genesis, it is necessary to take a brief look at the life of the author, Moses. Although of Jewish lineage, Moses was raised to be an Egyptian pharaoh and was trained in not only the hidden wisdom of Egypt, but also that of his native Judaism. The civilization of ancient Egypt is among the longest lasting in the history of humanity and an accepted custodian of immense knowledge in the ancient world. Judaism was directly influenced by two of the oldest civilizations on record, those of Sumeria and Babylonia, civilizations famous for their mystery schools. Schooled in the hidden teachings of these ancient traditions, Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible in Hebrew and in code, as was the tradition. Thus, every story and name contained within the books of Moses hides a deeper meaning. As it says in the mystical Hebrew book, the Zohar,
"The narratives of the doctrine are its cloak. The simple look only at the garment, that is, upon the narrative of the doctrine. More they know not. The instructed, however, see not merely the cloak, but what the cloak covers."
The Bible is symbolic. The characters and events of the Bible are a cloak that veils the real message. This inner knowledge has been hidden, or in the case of Christianity, rejected entirely. The Bible, like all great religious books, has been interpreted literally. Even Jesus of Nazareth taught both a public and a secret doctrine.
"To you it hath been given to know the secrets of the reign of the heavens, and to these it hath not been given."
Those who received the secret teaching were persecuted and forced to take the knowledge underground. As a result, the modern church has inherited merely the cloak. In addition, the Bible has undergone repeated editing by those without any knowledge of its secrets. Although the modern Bible is greatly disfigured, it is nevertheless infused with the ancient secret doctrine. However, the many levels of meaning hidden in the Hebrew letters are not visible in the modern language versions of the Bible. For example, the very first words of the Bible in Hebrew are Bereshit bara Elohim. The common literal translation is, "In the beginning, God creates." But the Hebraic translation, found in the Zohar, reads, "In wisdom, Elohim creates." Elohim is a Hebrew word. The root El is Hebrew for God and is masculine. The feminine form of El is Eloah, which means goddess. Elohim is plural, thus meaning gods and goddesses, male, female. In contrast to the familiar image of a bearded old man, God is established in the first 3 words of the Bible as androgynous, containing both male and female. The word Elohim has many meanings. In one sense, it refers to angels, the governors of creation. These divine beings are male-female, in the image of their creator. This is clearly illustrated in most ancient images of angels, showing them to have the attributes of both man and woman. In the Bible, the angel who oversaw the creation of humanity is called Jehovah Elohim.
Jehovah Elohim formed man from the dust of the earth. He blew into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being.
Jehovah is another important name of God, not to be confused with Javeh. The name Jehovah, or Jehovah, is comprised of 4 Hebrew letters: Yod, He, Vav, He. Yod or Yah can be translated as male or phallus, Adam. Heva or Heve is female, mother or uterus, Eve. Even the name Jehovah contains both masculine and feminine forces.
God created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he them. Male and female created he them.
The Elohim, the angel Jehovah, formed man in his image, androgynous. And so, as recorded in the esoteric heart of all great religions, humanity, symbolized by Adam, was once androgynous, containing both male and female.
Jehovah Elohim planted a garden in Eden in the east, and placed there the man whom he had formed.
Eden is a paradise of perfection. Eden is symbolic of the innocence and happiness that was once the natural state of humanity. The humanity of Eden was pure, knowing only goodness and virtue. As reflections of God, humanity embodied the 7 virtues of the soul. Although the Eden of Adam and Eve never existed in the 3-dimensional physical world, according to esoteric wisdom, there was a physical place called Eden that was located in Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. A mystery school by the same name was founded in this place by the Chaldeans. But this was not the Garden of Eden of Adam and Eve. According to esoteric wisdom, there exist 7 fundamental dimensions.
Do you not know how Allah has created the 7 heavens, one above the other?
The ascent and descent through these realms by the beings that inhabit them is represented in the Bible by Jacob's ladder. The Bible states that when Jehovah Elohim created Adam, he placed Adam in the Garden of Eden. Esoteric wisdom states that this is the 4th dimension, the world of vital energy.